Hi, I am Antonio Mendez and I want to show you my basic smile technique. Once we have centered our patient, done our coupling, and pressed the suction button, we press on the pedal and we start doing the posterior plane, now the anterior plane, and the incision. On this smile instrument, on one side we have a tip that is less than 2 millimeters, and then we have the spatula that is 8 millimeters long. The tip is short enough so that we are able to just push down parallel to the incision, opening the incision and rotating the tip, pulling it slightly anteriorly so that we are able to dissect the anterior face of the lenticle. Then we go halfway through the incision and now we push down to locate the posterior face of the lenticle and dissect it to the left. We turn our instrument and use the spatula to dissect the right side where we know we're on the anterior plane of the lenticle. And we go straight through the opposite side, dissecting the anterior face. Now, without removing the spatula, we just go to the edge of the lenticle on the left side where we know we have dissected the posterior face, and we go straight through the opposite side of the incision. We make sure that no tags are present and we have fully liberated the lenticle on the inferior part. The last areas we need to dissect are the ones proximal to the incision. Now with the video at regular speed, we take our forceps and we go through the incision all the way to the opposite side. We pinch the lenticle and we place it over the cornea to be very carefully inspected, making sure we have a complete lenticle. Special attention needs to be placed on the edge of the lenticle, making sure it is perfectly round. Later on, these lenticles may be saved to be used for other type of procedures. For our next case, now at regular speed, we are performing the coupling. We activate our suction, we make sure it's perfectly centered, and we start with the laser treatment. Here the posterior plane is made. Now the anterior plane is made and the incision here is a 2 millimeter incision. Once finished with the treatment, again we go parallel, we go through the channel, lift and rotate to dissect the anterior lip, then halfway through the incision to dissect the posterior lip. We always enter on the right side. This way we are always landing on the anterior plane of the lenticle. We pull back and we locate on the left side the posterior lip of the posterior plane of the lenticle. And again, we go opposite, we remove all the tags and dissect. Special attention needs to be placed on the lower part of the cornea. We take our forceps and we pull the lenticle to be inspected. Again, we go through the channel, we dissect the anterior first, always. We go halfway through the incision and then we pull left. We dissect the posterior lip, we keep right with the spatula, and we go ahead towards the opposite side of the incision. We dissect the anterior face, then without pulling out, we locate the posterior lip, and we go all the way to the opposite side of our incision, making sure that we leave the dissection of the proximal side of the lenticle for last. We take our forceps to pinch the lenticle and place it over the cornea. Thank you very much, and I hope this video is helpful.